welcome to another episode of Path to Black Belt. Next episode, I will finally do some actual martial arts moves. But for now, it's still philosophy, but also conditioning by stretching. Anyway, I will read the philosophy and then I'll torture myself with some splits, some ego crushing side splits. And let's read today's quote and think about it a little. To the youngster talking nonsense, Zeno said, "The reason why we have 2 ears and only one mouth, so we might listen more and talk less." Diogenes Laertius, Lives of Eminent Philosophers. Diogenes. That was a very interesting philosopher. Anyway, but that quote is great. So let's read the author's comment on that old Stoic quote, and then my comments will come. Hesiod, the poet, said that the best treasure is a sparing tongue. Robert Greene considers it a law of power. Always say less than necessary. We talk because we think it's helping, whereas in reality it's making things hard for us. If our spouse is venting, we want to tell them what they should do. In fact, all they actually want us to do is hear them. In other situations, the world is trying to give us feedback or input, but we try to talk ourselves out of the problem only to make it worse. So today, will you be part of the problem or part of the solution? Will you hear the wisdom of the world or drown it out with more noise? That's a great one because I have been in trouble because I talk too much. I have been too needy when women have gone silent on me. And of course, they go even more silent if I do. And I've said thoughts in my head that I haven't had to say. And I have made a fool out of myself by talking before I think. But now it's like my mantra is to just let people talk and then think in my head, is what I want to say worth saying or is it not? When I get time to think, more likely the answer is it's not worth saying. Why should I say this? Do I add anything? It doesn't even have to be something stupid or devastating to your social position. It's just unnecessary noise filling the air. And that's also what I should think about when I make these videos. Don't reveal too much personal info, but at the same time, don't be completely closed off. Because philosophy is about how to handle life. So, of course, I need to share some of my personal experience of my existence. Anyway, now I will put on Debussy's Reverie and do a few exercises because this is one of my favorite tunes. It's calming, so despite the stressful nature of splits and what have you, I will enjoy beautiful, relaxing music. I will not get right to splits. I will do some other exercises first. So this is like one of my favorites because it doesn't hurt me, but it still takes some flexibility and control to reach. Many people struggle with going deep in the barbell squat because they don't have that kind of ability. They cannot sit like this, you know. I can comfortably sit like this, so I can have a seat anywhere. But to make it more of a stretch, I have to push my knees outwards, my elbows like this. This one is really healthy.
This feels healthy. Side splits do not really feel that healthy, but they should be healthy. And now I stretch the back of my hamstring by bending forward, just keeping my legs straight on the floor. I also have a bit of flexibility in this exercise. This feels good. This feels great. So just listening to Debussy. That's why I'm so motivated towards playing piano because these are the most comfortable sounds in the world. That and also the sound of the wind swishing against the trees like, and birds singing. That and the Debussy on piano. Then you have peak sounds. Ah, oh, I did a big performance today. I sang two songs powerfully in front of an audience. For me, it's a little much because I don't like showing myself off really. Yet I'm making YouTube videos. I think the YouTube videos is more of an accountability tool that I keep myself going because I don't expect anyone to care about this or watch this at all. I do this for me, and whatever I say is my personal conversation with myself. Like being too personal because I'm throwing this out into the internet, into the ether. Everybody knows. If they want to know, they know what I'm doing. What is what are my thoughts on training and philosophy and life and the art of getting stronger. I also have to run more because I have this excuse that I lift weights. I go to martial arts classes. Why do I need to run? Well, if I truly want to be a good martial artist, run. But today I am going to the gym, upper body day. I'm gonna do as many reps on 225 bench as I can do because I don't get the big deal with the 225 bench. It's all over the internet. It's like only 0.075% of the population can bench 225. 225 is a mid lift at best. That's not because I'm bragging. That's why I'm gonna show it to the internet. I can rep it, but I don't know for sure how many I can rep today. It's up to my body, up to how it feels, up to my current condition. I think my best set has been like 17 reps when I was fat. And there is an anabolic advantage to being a bit overweight, especially if you train regularly. On top of that, now I try to control my weight because I want to look good as well. So that might limit my strength, but that's why I try to up my protein so I will actually get stronger while getting leaner, while looking better. That's why I need to be mindful of what I eat. So I will get those 18 reps on 225, maybe 20 reps. That's a great goal to set. But today I'm just happy if I do 10. If if I don't do 10, well, then I have something to work on. But I know for sure that I can bench the 25. That's no doubt about it. It's a mid lift. So, and I did it for a long time ago. The only reason why these internet influencers didn't pull out these numbers is because a lot of people don't lift, and a lot of people are not guys in a decent age range enough to do it. Because if you're too old, well, it's very hard to do it. Well, there are some there are some elderly people who can lift that, but they are rare, right? And then you have the other part of the race where you're too young, you're too small, you haven't developed enough of a frame, muscles, and bone to be able to lift that weight. And also one thing, bench press is way overrated. A barbell squat, an overhead press, a deadlift, barbell row, pull-ups, dips. Those exercises rank above the bench press in terms of strength building benefits and physical functionality benefits. So, I think it's about time to get to the splits. Mozart. Mozart is also great to stretch to. Anyway, let's let's get the timer and get those splits on. Whew. Man, yeah, there's more to say about the bench press. When it comes to the 225 for reps, I have worked out in a powerlifting gym for some years, and I know that my fellow gym bros there, they usually rep 225. So if you live that lifestyle, that lift isn't that much. If you're a regular casual gym bro, 225 is impressive because I was a regular casual gym bro when I did 225 for first time. I try to be more than that, but I wouldn't want to classify myself as more than that because I'm not mainly training for athletics. I'm studying music, I'm singing, and I'm playing piano for hours. I'll try to become in better shape. And my splits suck. Well, my side splits. But they're always like this at the beginning. It's like, whew, it just sucks. It's ego crushing. But that's why I keep consistent. So hopefully I see progress because it's very hard to get progress in this. But I do gradually slide down a little bit. But what I know is that many black belts cannot even do this. Go down to a full split. So it is a very difficult feat of strength to master. And I even feel it in the legs the day after, even though I haven't done any barbell squats. So it is hard for the leg muscles. So tomorrow my plan is to actually do flexibility drills without doing those painful ass splits. I will actually do taekwondo moves, kicks, and do some dynamic stretching before I start doing my taekwondo kicks. So then front split. At least it's better than the side split, but it's not great either. I still have a bit to go before I reach the floor. Mm, I hope consistency will really work over time, but also I have to do the research because I really want to be the perfect black belt, especially since I'm like one grade away from black belt. Like I need to do one grading event, one more, and then black belt. So I really need to work hard on it to become worthy. Because I've seen some questionable black belts. I don't want to be one of them. I can't wait to go to the gym and train upper body. It's much more comfortable than doing splits. I also find barbell squats a bit uncomfortable, but I still enjoy them for some reason. It's probably because I get the pump in the leg muscles. And I've been self-conscious about the size of my leg muscles for the longest time. now I can now I can finally admit that my leg muscles aren't that bad when it comes to size, even though I do not put up any crazy numbers on the squat at all. Uh, but I will try. That's why I'm gradually increasing my squats. So I get to the point when it gets too heavy to do 10 reps, I just go down to five times five that type exercise and keep on increasing weight until I go down to triples and then singles. Then I'll see how strong my squat will be. So it will take time, it will take patience. And this is the splits is another way to make my legs strong. Because mobility is strength too. Because mobility decides where your legs can move, how far they can move. So that's very important in martial arts. Yeah, 30 more seconds. So I hope to become a personal trainer. If I can't become a musician or music teacher or whatever, I want to be a personal trainer. I want to teach people the joys of physical fitness. That it actually feels great to work out, even though not all of it is great. Split is not great. It is great training. It's a means to an end, but the only reason why I do this is for the goal itself. I don't enjoy doing this. That's why I put on enjoyable music and talk about philosophy because I like classical music. I love classical music and philosophy. It's a way to make your life better. And philosophy is about being able to find gratitude in your existence by enduring hardship because hardship is inevitable. And training my body makes me endure more hardship, like physically and mentally. It develops my brain, my willpower, and it makes my body better body, better mind, happier mind. So even this pain will make me happier. In the accept the pain. Pain is an inevitable part of existence. No matter who you are in society, you will feel pain. If it's physical, mental pain, both of it. It's inevitable. It will come for all of us. Even the richest person will endure the pain of loss, the pain of depression, and the pain of illness and death. We will all endure it. So let's make our bodies stronger, our minds stronger, so we can take more pain and be able to still enjoy the good things about existing. Mm. Oh, this one is great. Gymnopédie by Eric Satie. One of my classmates played this beautifully at the piano exam. Ah, I also know how to play that one, but I haven't kept it fresh for a while, so I still need to practice a little bit to play it. But it's an easy one to read and play, so it doesn't take a lot of practice. That's why it's a very popular beginner piece. Or you're a bit past the initiating beginner stage. You have practiced the basics, and this tune is a way to put the basics to use, basically. Basically. Yeah, another 3 minutes of splits, and then I'm done. Isn't that great? Then I'm just gonna do bro lifts afterwards. Bench press, pull ups, barbell, barbell row. Cool stuff. Stuff that truly feels good. You know, any guy likes to train up their body um, because it makes our shoulders and our musculature look better. Oh, Liebesgram, this is wonderful. Means love dream, my friend's list. Oh, it's one of my favorites. This is why I live for it. I want to be able to play music like that someday. Now just another 1.5 minutes left, and then I'm done with the daily split routine. But I'm gonna do more research, so I might have to implement more exercises that will help me get to my goal. So I have one more grading before the black belt in half a year. And then in another half a year, I'll be able to take the black belt. So I have a year to get the splits. So let's see how good my splits will look in a year. That's it. That's just it. I have to reply to him afterwards. Focus on my workouts for now. Only 1 minute to go. Ah, that was a great workout and a great philosophy session. Now I'm ready to go to the gym and lift some weights. I'm crushed 225. Just prove that it's a lift that any normal guy can do. As long as you go to the gym regularly, well, you have to be over a certain size because your frame actually does matter for your muscular potential. So if you're like a tiny guy who's like packed with muscle, but you're like 5 foot tall, a 225 pound bench is actually quite impressive. So on that note, have a good one.